The judge looked over his glasses at me. Do you have anything to add before sentencing? I didn't say a word. I simply pulled a single sheet of paper from my folder and slid it across the desk. The judge's eyes narrowed. Without a sound he spoke, his voice now commanding. No one moves. Instantly, the doors of the courtroom slammed shut. The room was thick with gasps. My wife's lawyer froze mid-sentence, and the bailiff halted mid-step. The echo of heavy boots filled the air as military police stormed in. I remained calm, sitting still, hands folded, as if I wasn't a part of the chaos unfolding. When I left, my daughter was just 8. The night before I was deployed, she clung to me, holding the stuffed fox I had given her. Promise you'll come back, she whispered, her voice trembling. I promised. But I didn't tell her where I was headed. No one knew, not even my wife. Black Ops were a world of secrecy. You vanish, and the world forgets you were ever there. I spent 8 months in hostile territory. No communication, no lights, no identity, just orders. When I returned, there were no cheers or balloons, no warm welcome. There was only an envelope left on the kitchen counter, divorce papers signed by her. No note, no explanation. Before I could question it, 2 police cars pulled up to the house. They informed me that her father had been murdered 3 months earlier. She had claimed I threatened him before I left. My daughter, now 11, testified that I came back during my deployment to finish it. The evidence was damning. DNA, fingerprints, everything pointed to me. It was all too perfect. Within a week, I found myself locked in a concrete cell, staring at a flickering light bulb. But Black Ops taught me patience. While my public defender fumbled through documents, I listened closely. There was something wrong with the prosecution's case. It was flawless, but it was too flawless. They had stolen everything from me, my family, my name, my freedom. But what they didn't know was that I wasn't the same man they had left in that cell. I honed my mind. 2 hours of sleep a night, physical training in the dark, studying legal codes, systems, banking, surveillance, anything I could get my hands on. I dug through every court document I could have smuggled in. And I found something, a signature, an offshore transfer, a shell company registered in my wife's maiden name. By year 2 I knew the truth. She hadn't just framed me. She had seized her father's company in the aftermath. And my daughter, she had been manipulated, groomed to believe I was a monster. That realization didn't break me. It turned me into something sharper. I wrote letters, though they never reached her. They always reached the right people. Investigators, men who owed me their lives. I traded favors, information, evidence. By the time my appeal came, I had everything I needed. Bank statements, emails, a confession from the man she had hired to plant my prints, and one classified document, stamped with the highest clearance level. Proof I was thousands of miles away when the murder occurred. But I didn't send it to court immediately. No, that would have been mercy. When the day of my appeal arrived, the courtroom felt cold. She was sitting 2 rows ahead of me, a new diamond glinting on her finger. My daughter sat beside her, eyes down. When the judge asked if I had anything to add, I slid the paper toward him. It wasn't a plea or a defense. It was a mission debrief, an official document detailing my exact location during the murder, an alibi only the Department of Defense could provide. The judge read it. Twice. His hand trembled, and he whispered to the bailiff, "Seal the courtroom. Bring in the MPs." The military police entered, their weapons drawn but low. The color drained from her face. The judge's voice was now sharp. "Mrs. Langley, your testimony under oath directly contradicts classified military records. You are under arrest for perjury, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy to commit murder." Her lawyer's papers scattered across the desk as my daughter's head snapped up. Confusion and fear filled her eyes. I stood up, chains clinking, but no one asked me to sit back down. As they cuffed her, she reached out for my daughter, pleading, "Baby, listen to me." But my daughter pulled away, staring at me as if seeing me for the first time. I walked past them, the MPs parting for me. The judge himself unlocked my cuffs. "You're free to go, Mr. Langley," he said. I paused at the door, turned slightly so she could hear me. "You taught her to hate me. Now she'll learn the truth." Her mouth opened, but no words came out. I didn't need to look back. The game was over. They had taken my years from me. I had taken everything else. And I never break a promise.